Welcome to the 7th and last video for making this map. It's been quite a journey, hasn't it? And frankly, I've been as surprised as you are with where it's gone. I'm going to spend this video making some small tweaks, adjustments, adding difficulty levels, maybe adding a couple of secret areas and extra bits, and then I think we're ready to call it finished. So, had a couple of people play the map so far. In my unparalleled intellect, I was very careful about Hell Knights and checking for revenants and things. I forgot that Lost Souls should not be on this map, so we're going to remove those. Mark the exit room. There's a Hall of Mirrors effect in the final area because I didn't test how PR Boom and source ports other than GZ Doom handled that. And oddly, add about 3 or 4 more health items just to balance things out a bit. This is the first time in my life I've been told that my Doom map is too difficult as is. So maybe we'll balance that out a bit. Let's start off with the easy stuff. Mark the exit. Well, it's an exit door. What do you want? So yeah, let's alter this just slightly. We can put an overhang here. I've got highlight off. There we go. H for toggle highlight. Maybe next I'll do a video on all the shortcuts I use on Doom Builder 2, because Doom Builder 2, that's going back a few years, isn't it? On Ultimate Doom Builder. Because it has been kind of difficult to make sure that I'm announcing my keyboard presses. I did try some software that would let me put the key presses up on the screen, but it was always more annoying than useful. Use comp span here just to, yeah, to use for the edges of that. And yeah, here as well, I think I could do with some exit signs. So, gonna use the grid rotation here. Let's align the grid to that line def, and have 8 wide, and is it just 16 for a sign? Oh, that's far too far away anyway. What is going on here? Oh no, I've messed up my line def by moving it. Let's align again. Right, thank you. What's going on here? Well, I am as confused as you are, to be honest. Am I... Oh, I know exactly what it is. It's because in the Doom format, which we are, of course, using, you can't have fractional positions for vertices, so they get rounded. I wonder why I didn't notice that on here. Alright. Let's see how good that looks anyway. I have completely forgotten the width of the exit sign. It is 32 and not 16, so let's try this again. Come on, Doom Builder. Alright. That's better. And you don't really notice the slight offness of the vertices. Upper and lower unpegged. Have some metal around there. I'll have some ceiling 5.2 there. Okay. And I'm going to make these brighter. Okay. Same story for this one. Going to change the grid alignment. Going to make it about the same distance from the exit door as that one is. Right there. Alright, that looks good. Let's do some copy and pasting of textures around here. And then we're going to move on to some slightly less trivial stuff. 192 there. 192 there, okay. Good. Yeah, all right. Okay. So now, by the way, you can hold space and move these around, but I've got so used to not knowing that and zooming out then in again to other places that it's hard for me to remember. But it is a lot smoother than the way I do it, to be honest. Yes, okay, so there's a bit of an oddity with these windows, because these work in GZ Doom, but the same is not true of vanilla Doom. You need a sector in front of the sector that's lowered, that also has a sky texture on its ceiling for this effect to work. So, going to put this there. Actually, I'm going to show you. Can I put PR? Can I get together a PR boom? Let's see. Tools, game configurations. Let's add an engine. It's in Econ Games. PR. No, it's on Doomwork, isn't it? Okay. Will it work? It will work, first time, okay. So let's ID clip our way over. Yeah, and you can see these. You've got this Hall of Mirrors effect because the Doom engine thinks there's nothing to display there. Oh, that's a very dark corner. That's darker than I intended. Another thing is that GZ Doom makes things a bit brighter sometimes. Okay. So to fix that, we're going to have this, and we're going to move that upwards. Now, PR Boom will know that we intend Sky to be out there. Let's just make sure that I'm not talking nonsense. There we go, that's the Sky working. Because you don't want to have a broken sky. Right, I'm also going to, while I'm here, just make this room a bit more interesting, because it's a bit square. I thought I could, yeah, make a kind of pillar here, and extend the sky around. Whoops, that's going to cause problems, isn't it? Oops. My mouse dexterity is not great at this time in the morning. Okay, what brightness is that? That's 160. And that one doesn't really matter. Okay, so that's... I've messed this up a bit, because that's supposed to be the thin one. There we go. Now, do these shadows still make sense? No, they don't really. Okay, so let's brighten this up a bit. Now let's move this a couple of notches down. No one's going to see this, so who cares, but just in case they do. Alright, that's good. Alright, Lost Souls. I need to get rid of those. So, there are two places where Lost Souls arrive. One is in this trap. The other is in... Sorry, I right-clicked there. That's wrong. There we go. You see, I'm not used to that. Oh, and also I seem to have put a player 1 start further on in the map, which I'd forgotten about. Let's get rid of that. Or I created it while misclicking. So, the obvious answer is to put a cacodemon in here as well, but I don't want to do that. I've got too many cacodemons already, so I'm going to make this a projectile thrower instead. And maybe I'll annoy the player by having a hit scanner in here as well. While over here, this can be Hit Scanner City. Former human. Alright, so that'll give the player something to worry about on both sides. Okay, what else was there? No lost souls, mark the exit room, hollow mirrors effect, done. 3 or 4 more health items, and T-Will up here also had some very helpful comments. Lost souls not allowed into my map 11, and this door, okay. So there's a problem with this door. You don't notice this in GZ Doom, but in Vanilla Doom, you can't have a line def with an action on it between you and the line def whose action you want to activate. So if the player's about there and they try to open that door, then this line will try to activate instead, and because that's not a switchable line def, it'll ignore it when the player really intended to open that door. So we need to move this effect, and what I'm going to do actually is just copy that line and put it a bit into the room. It doesn't need to be attached to anything. And we're going to remove the action from there. So that's going to ceiling raise to highest ceiling. I wonder, is there a fast way to do it? Walk 1, door... Yeah, maybe walk 1, door open, stay fast. Because I've been meaning to make this a bit faster for a long time. The trap doesn't spring quite fast enough. That also means I would like this door action to be door open stay, not walk 1, door open stay, but D1 door open stay. So that means there's no hiding using this door from that trap over there. Okay. Now, the other thing I forgot about is this rocket launcher, because rocket launcher is allowed. Let me just double check that right now. Chapter 1, Chapter 2, this is where I am, Factory-1. So add Spectres, Cacos, Knights, add Super Shotgun, and Rocket Launcher. Okay. So I'm quite early in this episode, so I'm going to keep this rocket launcher a secret, but I'm going to add some more rockets just around the map, so that you can use it a bit more often. Let's see. Couple up there. I'll give you a box of them in this secret. A biox of them, apparently. I was just checking to see if those sectors were harmful. Where else? I don't want to go too crazy with them and give the player too much of an advantage if they get that secret. Just a couple of them scattered around. Alright. So that's about it for placement of items. I do want to put a couple more secrets in, because I've only got 3, and I prefer to have a few more in my maps. One of the things that I suggested and then kind of abandoned was having another place up here. I wonder if I've got enough room to make it look okay. Yeah, that should be okay. How wide's that? It's about 96, so it's not huge, but it's walkable. Trying to decide whether that should be a window as well. Let's see. Alright, tidy this up a bit from my frenzied misclicking. Alright. You know what's going to happen here, don't you? There might be a secret exit, secret entrance there. All right. I'm going to tempt the player up here with a soul sphere. And we're going to move this one down as well. Going to make this. Oh yeah, there was another thing I meant to do, but I'll leave that till later. I'm going to have to put that there for now while I shorten it. The other thing I meant to do was neaten up. Oh, that did nothing at all. All right. I suppose I lost the definitions on it. The mid textures. That's what the word I'm looking for. There. Okay. Let's move this up just a bit. Yeah. Because I want this texture to look like it abuts with that. Doesn't look great there, does it? But how did I do it there? Hang on a minute. Yeah, maybe raising it up just a tiny bit more would do it. That works great. Okay. Some stairs between the higher and lower levels of the room. We'll put a soul sphere up there. We're going to do just a little bit of decoration, and we don't need you anymore. Let's go to our old favourite pipes. These ones. I'll do. Maybe there should be one of these rooms instead. Upper unpegged. Alright, and obviously that's going to be a secret area. So am I mean enough to put another enemy here? I don't think I really need it. So how do we get here? Someone mentioned that I don't use teleporters an awful lot, which is absolutely true. I tend to prefer more, I suppose the word's cohesive maps that that fit together without teleporting, but sometimes they're very useful for getting a player where you want them to be. Nevertheless, I think I'm just going to put yet another door in here and have this a kind of double secret. Alright. Got to be careful not to overstep the boundaries of the map that I agreed to. Let's see, how many map units do we need to gain here? We're starting with a floor of 0, which is very nice for calculations, and we're ending with 144, which means we have got 8, 9, 10 steps to go up. Okay. This will be another of these wonky stairways. As made popular by Romero and Company. So I've miscalculated because 128 is 8 16s and we just need one more after that. So we're going for 9. I'm aiming towards here, which means we'll need to adjust the decoration as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Definitely going to make some adjustments. 7. Okay, let's see how that looks. First of all, we're going to make this ceiling rise up quite significantly. About there. Yep, that's a 72 height sector now. And let's move these stairs. Oh, I did that fairly badly, didn't I? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make these triple height stairs, 24 height stairs. I don't usually like doing this because I think they look too steep, but I think for a secret area it's absolutely fine. All right. Okay, what kind of stairs should these be? Would these work? No, because you'd have to do far too much work to make sure they were all the right. They were all the right width. No, I don't like that either. Something that doesn't have an obvious pattern. Maybe they're just stone steps in a back room somewhere. Yeah, that makes sense. What's a good flat for that? There's that, but it's exactly the same as the wall, so it wouldn't look very good. Yeah, I'm not really liking this wall because it looks so repetitive as well. Maybe if I adjusted the... Yeah, that looks better. Let's just adjust the Y offset for these. That looks much better. Make sure that they're not all the same, just add a random offset to them. And there we go, there's our stairs. Alright, for the transition between here and here, what are we going to do? We're probably going to just use a support 3 texture like we normally do. Alright, and this should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that enough? It's 48. Oh, sorry. The floor is what I'm looking at, not the height. Yeah, that'll do. Bring that down to there. Alright. Might think about a better way to hide these in a bit, but we'll see. This one. Needs to have an action. Switch 1, floor, lower to lowest floor. For tag 26, which is this one. Alright, there's our backroom corridor. Actually, a couple more things. This is a very easy mistake to make. When I split this off, we've got another secret that's grown here, so we need to eliminate that. And we're going to just make this a little bit more pleasing, the shape of it. That'll probably do. And let's make this darker. $64 might be a bit much. Let's use 80. Nope. Okay, that'll do. And let's use that, and let's use that. And that should do it, I think. I just can't stop myself. There's one more secret that I want to add after this. Oh, not a rocket launcher. And that's up here, where there's a bit of room in here for us to add a secret door. Trying to think of a way to make this less obvious, but we'll work on it. Now this is where these little variants of these textures come in very useful. Because I can put a pipe 1 and it'll have that little seam. My major handicap here is, of course, I can't tell how obvious that is to people who aren't colorblind. But we'll go with that. And we'll make this our tag 27, and we'll make this our, not tag 28, tag 27. Switch 1, floor, lower to lowest floor. And this will give us a couple of box of rockets and some extra health. And that's going to be a secret. Okay, the other thing that I've just remembered I was going to do was this little nuke was terrible. So I'm going to adjust that. Have the player come in from this side if they notice it. And I'm going to make this. No, maybe I'm going to make this stretch out to there. So what does that look like? It's weird is what it looks like. Okay, so I've seen worse looking things than this, but only about 6 ever. Let's adjust this back so I've got the right number of map units to put it in. That has to be comp word now. And what do we do with this? This could be a 64 as well. Okay, great. So then they've got that little encounter back there. Okay. Maybe it would work to have... Yeah, I know. I say okay, and then I immediately continue doing the same thing I've been doing. This is the Curse of a Doom mapper. I wonder if having a lighted area here might sort of distract the player from the way that there's a hidden passage over there. I don't think it will, but you know, we can try. And it would make sense to put a couple of power-ups nested in there. Alright. That's going to be a secret. Alright, so now we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6 secrets, I think. Yeah, I'll see what happens. And we want to put a couple of more health packs in and then start doing difficulty levels. So, I don't think I want to put any more medikits in. I think this is quite well balanced, but I can replace stim packs with medikits instead. Maybe a bit of mercy over here. Have a big stim pack, big medikit. And what else? Let's make sure the player has a decent amount of health going into the next level. And put a random little window up here while I'm at it. Not that one. That'll do. That's good. I'm just thinking where that... I want to put one more medikit in just to... I don't know. I think this is good. We can adjust the difficulty later on if we need to, but I think this is good. Alright, so that's going to be ultra-violence difficulty. In the past, I've done my maps by doing ultra-violence difficulty first. This is what I consider to be the default difficulty, and then making the other two difficulties more lenient. And I was going to change my tack for this map, and I was going to make this the medium difficulty, and then add more monsters for ultra-violence, and then take some out for easy. But as the feedback has been that it needed a couple more medikits, I might abandon that, and I might just start taking out monsters medium. Okay, so let's start thinking about some of the most awkward enemies to take out on the medium and easy difficulties. These ones will be exclusive to the hard. Let's get one of them down there. Maybe leave that Hell Knight in. Going to maybe take away that shotgunner. And one of the shotgunners from over here, one of the Hell Knights from over here. That's Hell Knight. That Cacodemon. That Spectre. The Chain Gunner here. And maybe one of the Chain Gunners here. I want to do something a bit special down here, so I'm going to select him. Basically remove a lot of the high-powered ammunition from this map. Okay. I think maybe that will do it. Let me get rid of one more imp. How many things have I selected? You can tell that I've got 12 monsters selected, and I think that seems sufficient. Alright. Yeah, about there. Okay. So, I'm going to take off easy and medium from these enemies, and I'm also going to kind of wing this, honestly, because I haven't done this before, but I think it would be useful. I'm going to add the selection to a group so that I know which ones I've eliminated. Alright. Let me just see. Select group 1. There we go. These are the things that are hard exclusive. Now, I don't want to be too easy on the player there, so I'm going to replace the chain gunner with a thing that I always do, which is call the sergeant a shotgunner. I'm going to replace him with a shotgunner that exclusively appears on the medium difficulty. So on hard, he'll be there. On medium, the chain gunner won't be there, but the shotgunner will be, and on easy, neither of them will be there. Okay. And once again, this becomes really difficult to keep track of if you do anything even slightly complex. So we'll see. All right. Actually, maybe I should take out that Hell Knight as well on anything but hard. Okay, so I need to add this to the group as well. Does that actually add it or replace? Ah, okay, good. Alright, so we're now going to select the things in group 1, which are the hard exclusive ones. And we're going to use those to build on for the things that should be taken away from the easy setting. So I'm quite aggressive about the easy setting. Just taking most of everything out and leaving the player with quite an easy experience. Because I think that everyone should be able to enjoy games. For the complete conversions that I've done, I usually put in a difficulty called tourist mode, where the monsters are totally neutered, almost trivial, just so that people who like exploring can do them, because I know a few people like that who wouldn't otherwise play Doom. And you want as many people to play your game as possible. He shouldn't be there on easy either. Basically, take out chain gunners, and anywhere where there's a big, there's a big crowd of monsters, just relieve that stress a bit. Alright, so I've got 24 things selected now, including the ones that were... I'll leave that chain gunner in. Including the ones that were selected for getting rid of for everything but hard. That'll probably do. Alright, and none of them are going to appear on easy. Alright. That looks okay. The other way round, we also want to add some medipacks that will only appear on easy medium, and ones that will further only appear on easy. So let's give another medikit there for just easy. And this part's a lot simpler. You just add medikits. This one has a dual purpose, actually, because the presence of the medikit is going to drag you towards this wall and make you notice this more. Not that it isn't totally obvious already, but we'll see. And what else? Maybe I'll put a medikit up there on easy as well. Okay. For easy / medium, that one, that one, that one, and maybe one more. Yeah, just as you're coming out of here, and you need a boost up here. Let's put 2 down there. Okay. So that's our difficulty levels. Maybe, for a laugh, let's see what my Doom ratio builder thing thinks about this map. So I've run the numbers through this, again, having no idea whether this is useful in its current state, just comparing it to all the Doom 1 maps. So it looks like we've, as you'd expect, the monsters rise throughout the difficulty levels, surplus ammunition goes down a bit because the number of monsters rises throughout the difficulty level, and then the health ratio actually increases a bit as we go up as well. So that is almost comparable to E2M3. You can see the kind of shape of the graph didn't change very much here, where it's got quite a big health ratio on hard and it goes down to easy. Once again, I don't know what to do with this information, but perhaps it'll become something in the future. I could possibly have changed some of the ammunition around as well, so that you had more ammunition on easy, but I don't think it's necessary because of the differences in number of monsters. So, with that said, let's give this a playtest. Going back to GZ Doom again, let's try it on Ultraviolence first. And I'm just doing this over my speakers, so you might hear some weird audio from the speakers going into the microphone. That looks a bit less noticeable now. Oh, but I've altered this, so that seam needs to be changed. That sort of supercomputer looking cube here could hide a secret as well, just a small one. Something that's not very useful. How many secrets do I have? Only 4 secrets, okay, so I might have missed counting some of them. Maybe I tagged some of them with 9 instead. That's a very common mistake that I tend to do. This is a bit plain, could do with a bit of decoration in here. Oh, and here come the enemies that I let out the trap. That works much better now, because you're already in the room by the time they catch up with you. Oh, I shouldn't have interfered with them. Going to take the secret route this time, just to see that works, because if you'll recall, I did discover a fatal flaw with the route a couple of times ago. I'm going to make sure that the map is actually possible to complete while going through this way. It definitely gives you the advantage in as far as vantage point goes, because there's nothing that's coming up behind you here once you've cleared out the chain gunners. Yep, and the bars went away, and that's us bypassed one of the harder combat situations in the map, where you've got to deal with all these enemies around you and there's no escape backwards. He's just hiding round up. Yeah, I don't like that he hides. Well, we'll have to put the ambush flag on because it looks like he's desperately trying to hide behind a lamppost and unaware of his own gear. Come on. Right. Not doing too well here. Those words are some of my first memories of Doom. I remember my dad playing it, and he wasn't very dexterous. With, you know, we were playing with just the keyboard, and he was desperately stuck trying to maneuver his way out of the nukage pit on E1M1. And I remember my uncle just leaning over his shoulder and saying, "Hey, you're not doing too well there, Robert." Alright, that's the yellow key. And we've got a way of going in there. This is our escape route. Forgot about the chain gunner there. That's quite good, I like that. And we never needed to hit this switch, but it's not going to have any adverse effects if we hit it anyway. Now we've made things a bit harder for ourselves coming back into this room. Because we haven't picked off the enemies that we otherwise might have. Alright, and that trap finally works. Oh, here we go. Ah! Alright, at least I'm in a slightly better defensible position down here. Oh no, I'm not, because I didn't get rid of these enemies. Okay, this might be the most, well, this is almost certainly the most challenging map I've ever made. Not that that means it's anything to speak of. Just that I think that just by thinking through some of these combat situations and a bit of luck, I think this is a really good combination of environments and how it flows and everything. Never got that rocket launcher. All right. Oh, forgot about you. Yep, that all looks okay. Alright, so, did I make this? I did make this platform, okay. And this one, of course. Just testing how the player might be able to get themselves stuck. Oh, that's useless! Oh, I forgot about that switch. I'll have to rework that a bit. Yeah, maybe I don't need that exit sign. Okay, but if I do a bit of thinning with Slim fast, I'll be able to slip down there and actually exit the map. All right, there we go. Let's do that one more time. I'm just going to forget about that exit sign, I think, because it's I think it's quite well telegraphed through there, and I don't really need to do anything else. I wonder if I could put exit door textures there. Will it look weird? That would certainly look weird. You know what? Let's try that. Bring those in a bit. And maybe I'll make that the sector that goes down. I've messed this up, haven't I? What am I doing here? 51. There. Or what did I have? Was it just support 3? Can't remember. That'll do. Alright. So I'm going to give it one last go on easy. No, I'm not. I'm going to make those improvements that I mentioned I thought I needed. Just a very thin, very wonky sector around here. And I'm going to use that just to put some pipes in. About that high. Oh, hang on a minute. I've already made... that's the wrong place! Put it there. Okay. Sorry. This sector... Oh dear. Alright, what's my ceiling height like here? I might need to rethink this as well. Okay, yeah, so you can see I'm cutting into my overhang there. So let's make this just like that. Right. This can be a metal texture. One of the greatest things I like about the being able to put custom textures in is more trim textures, because I really don't think there are enough good ones in Doom. That'll work. Maybe I'll make this a bit higher, just so the player can't step on there. You could use player blocking lines, but I don't really mind. Okay. That looks good. And where were the other places? Yeah. I just want to make these look a bit more interesting. Right. Okay, so that's a less flat back wall there. That is looking pretty good, I think. What else did I want to adjust? Yes, okay, so the last thing it won't be the last thing. I'll think of something else while I'm doing it, but these walls can be adjusted a bit. Going to make some 32 wide sections at the ends. And we're going to make that one and that one BRN small l. And we're going to make this one and that one BRN small r. And I've been incredibly fortunate, actually, that that worked out absolutely perfectly due to the length of the window. Alright, so that it makes it look a bit tidier rather than having the barriers kind of flow into the wall. Alright, so let's do that absolutely everywhere else I've got these. Some 32 wide changes. BRN small. Oops, BRN small r. Sometimes you need to adjust it just a bit. Maybe not. Okay, that'll do. And well, let me check if that works in here. It does. Where else have I got these? Ah, in here, yeah. It's odd because Doom maps are a lot more interesting if you don't use orthogonal lines and stick to multiples of 32, but they're much easier to build if you do. You see, I don't quite have the right number of... what am I talking about? Right length of line here. That's a 376 long line. Fortunately, with Doom's flexibility, I can turn that into 320. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that should probably do it. Yeah, there we go. And that looks perfectly alright. Let's adjust you a bit. That's great, okay. I think there's one more. Yeah, you, okay. I'll see if I've got it right this time. If you have watched this far and not fallen asleep yet, by the way, then thank you very much for your interest in my videos, and I hope that this has been useful seeing the entire process. This would have been a 7-hour map altogether, maybe a bit more than that when you consider bits of the video that I cut out so I could just have a quiet think to myself while I was thinking what to do next. Alright. Oh, and you as well. This will be challenging. How long's this? 96? Oh, that should be okay. We'll see. Perfect. Alright, I think this is a very competent looking map, and you will be seeing this in Themegawad hopefully quite soon. Let's get another play on Hey Not Too Rough. Oh, hang on a minute, yeah, I thought I didn't have enough secrets. So where are my tags, view? I can never remember with F3, there we go. Alright, search type for line def, not that, sector tag, because I have a suspicion I put tags on things. Yes, I did, okay. Well done if you noticed that. Alright, that's the genuine tag 9. Wow, what happened to the rest of the map when I hit that switch? Okay. Tag 9, tag 9, tag 9 are not tag 9. You're actually secret areas, which is special 9. Alright, the number of people will be yelling at me in the comments about that before the full video goes up. So how many have we got now for sector effect 9? Alright, so we've got the one for dropping down here. We've got the rocket closet, we've got the map, we've got the soul sphere. And 2 for in here? It's a bit generous, but it'll do. I think that works. Alright. Let's have a go on Hey Not Too Rough. I think that shotgunner at the start might be a bit too rough for Hey Not Too Rough. I do like that the... yeah, I need to fix that as well. I do like the demons are ready to go when they pour out of the door here. Because they're activated. There's no... they're not blocked by sound blocking lines entirely. What will really be useful to you, instead of you know, me trying to program my troubles away, is just playing the map on all the difficulty levels, seeing how it feels. I think it's worth keeping him in, whatever the difficulty level. What I'm basically trying to avoid is people playing this Megawad and saying, oh, this map's got tons of health and ammunition, obviously it's by David N. I think I might have got the balance a bit better this time. I won't know for a while because in order to interpret those through my interpreter, I'll need to write one for UDMF. And I used Omgafol, which was a fantastic resource for reading traditional WAD files. Thankfully, UDMF is very easy to read, so it shouldn't be a problem. Oops! Hang on. Sorry about standing on your head. Another thing that you can think about in your easy mode is where radiation suits go. You might want to provide another one on easy. Were there more enemies on the crushing platforms than there were? I have a sneaking suspicion. Whoops. Oh, a bit of a seam there. Replace that. Same goes for here. Did I adjust this encounter? Oh yeah, I did. That's fairly easy as it goes. And yeah, this looks a bit more interesting as well now that we can see out these windows. Alright, and we've legitimately finished the level. Alright, what were my things to do? Fix these. And fix this one as well. There isn't really any indication whatsoever there is a secret here. Now the lower and upper will share an alignment here, which makes it fairly difficult to make this subtly different. I wonder if we can just make this... You know what? You know what? I think if we used floor lamps instead of... yeah, instead of textures on the walls. Yeah, sometimes that's a good hint. Over here as well. What did I do here? Let's get rid of the things. Yeah, that's an obvious difference. That's not so much. Oh yeah, it is. That's fine. Two very small differences, okay. Oh yeah, so what happens here? So these two are only on... No, he's only on hard. I'm going to make him not on easy. I'm going to make him not on easy. And I'm going to take him out of easy as well. And that should be enough, I think. Okay, actually, a couple more things. I've just added some lights down here to this card because I felt it looked a bit boring. I did have the trim underneath the lights be a different floor from here because I thought it looked better in the dark, but I'm actually going to change my mind and put them back to the normal floor here because it looked a bit weird, as the GZ Doom generally displays things brighter than the editor does. The other thing I wanted to do was here, make that not an ambush, and there's a mistake that I accidentally put in here, but is quite interesting, that these lights are only flagged as easy and medium. So if you're on hard mode, you don't get the indication that that's a secret. Now, that would be kind of unfair, removing the indication for a secret, except you can still get to it from this side, and maybe on easy and medium I want this to be an extra little indicator that you can get to it from this side as well. So I think I'm going to leave that in. Back to the previously recorded video. Alright, so I'm going to put this map into the description of the video, and you can download it yourself. And just let me know in your playtesting, because playtesters are so important. You will discover masses of things that I have missed in this map. And I'm looking forward to getting your comments and those of the people involved in Theme Gawad, and hopefully we'll have something pretty spectacular altogether to show you quite soon. Thank you for watching the development of this map.